Hello New World, and welcome to another New World guide. This video will explain everything about the twin Jesters, the first boss in the newest raid, Isle of Night. This boss is easier than you think once you get to know the mechanics, and with proper communication you will be able to kill him easily. All enemies in this raid, including the bosses, are lost, so make sure you are equipped with lost coatings and ward potions. The boss mostly does strike damage, so make sure you have enough strike protection. I recommend playing with the game sounds on, as a lot of the attacks and mechanics in this fight have sound cues that you can rely on, which I will be pointing out. The arena is divided into 3 sections. We will call them Entrance, Academy, and Tree. Each section has a ballista and 2 levers for traps on the side. Let's start with mobs. Within the group of trash mobs, the ones you should take care from are brutes, nagas, and banshees. The brute can hit hard with their slam and charge attacks, while the banshees and nagas can cause a team wipe with their AoE arcane attacks. Make sure to prioritize them during the fight. One trash mob that is not an elite is the wolf, which teleports and jumps on one or more players, damaging and staggering them. Brutes spawn in the entrance, nagas come for the academy, and banshees come for the tree section. Now let's start with the actual fight. As soon as you cross the line, the Jester will jump down and the fight begins. You see that the Jester has 2 front sides. The purple-yellow side is actually his back, which you can backstab, while the white one is his front, which faces the player who has aggro. His attacks stagger and most of them hit you even when you are standing behind, so having a grit potion or abilities or perks that give you grit is good, so you do not get interrupted. One of his attacks also mainly hits his back. You will see a red area behind him before it hits. You can grit or block through this. If at least one player is away from the boss, he will disappear and appear around one of the players and hit them. It is mostly the player farthest from him, but it can also be anyone. You can dodge it, but this attack does not do stamina damage, so the easier way is just to block it. He always says, "Who's the lucky winner?" when he does this attack, which you can hear or see if you have captions enabled, so learn to notice it. If he teleports away from the players, there is a chance that he also spawns some exploding dolls. You can easily destroy them, but beware the explosions. At certain time intervals, waves of adds will spawn into the arena. The spawn locations are this section on the left and this one on the right of the arena. The very first wave is always 4 to 5 trash enemies. Every section of the arena has 2 trap floors and a lever next to it which you can use to kill mobs as they pass over. Aside from the elite mobs that I mentioned, all the enemies can be killed with a single trap attack. You can use an ice gauntlet to trap the enemies with showers since they come in waves. The trap attacks 3 times in a row and can also damage you and your teammates, so be careful. After the first wave, every other wave in this area will have at least 1 brute. It is important to take care of the enemies first. You see that the boss has a purple circle around him. For every enemy within that circle, he gains a stack of empower which makes him do more damage with each stack. Assign 2 players to always be ready to deal with them using traps and to finish off the remaining ones. If they fail, it is better if the tank holds aggro of the boss while the team takes care of the adds, then goes back to the Jester. Once you take out 1 bar of HP, the boss will phase out, absorbing all enemies around him. He heals for every enemy he absorbs, so make sure there are no enemies around when he does that. He then disappears and spawns 3 copies of himself. You need to hit them to find the real one. Fake ones will be destroyed instantly. The real one will have a stamina bar that you need to destroy. You can technically heavy attack him and break him in time, but you will not have enough time to do that when the other sections of the arena are open and you have to run around to find him. What you want to do is use a ballista to shoot him instantly and break him. This will stun him for a short period and you can do damage there. Every ballista has 1 bolt only, so do not miss or shoot without knowing the real one. You can reload the ballista if it's empty. You can find a bolt in the beginning of the raid that you can pick up. Additionally, the elite mobs, Brute, Naga, and Banshee also drop 1 each when you kill them. Now here is a trick for you. You can actually know where the real one is from the dots that you have on him, which appear before the real body. If you also throw a beacon on him, that beacon will stick to him and will be visible when he shows back. Another trick is to listen. He always speaks and you can actually hear where the sound is coming from and know where he is. This is a cool trick that can be really important in the next phase. If you fail to shoot or break the stamina, he will launch fireworks that will stagger and deal damage to all the players in the raid. The first time will not kill you, but every other time will hit harder than the one before. Now continue the fight with the same attacks and mob spawns until you take out 30% HP, in which he will phase out. This time, the path to other sections will be open, and he spawns 3 copies in each section that you will need to find. The first time he will always be in the academy, so just run all the way there. The ballista is straight on top, so have your shooter ready. Once you find the real copy, shoot and do all the damage you can. You always have a haste buff when the copies appear, so you can reach the other sections faster. Now let's start with phase 2. He will have 2 new attacks and he will start with them in this phase in random order. The first one is the boxes. He will say the line, "Can you think outside the box?" and throw boxes around on the floor. If you step on them, they will explode, dealing a lot of damage in a wide area. You can hit them to destroy, preferably using rage weapons for safety. The second attack is the mirror attack, in which he will say "It's all but smoke and mirrors" and disappear. This time, he will make 4 copies of himself and you need to find the real one. If you hit the wrong copy, they all explode, damaging and most probably killing everyone within range. So make sure you don't have any AoEs active when he performs this attack so they don't hit the wrong copy by mistake. The real copy always looks like this. He has a hand on his face and is pointing next to him. You can use the same trick by looking for the dots or by listening to him. Destroying the real copy takes away a chunk of HP. After that, he will continue with his attack patterns with these 2 attacks included. Shortly after, enemies will spawn from left and right. This side will have 2 mobs come down and then a horde of ghouls after. Use the traps only on the ghouls since they are way more. You can trap the first 2 with ice shower. The other side will always have 2 nagas. Make sure you have at least 2 players with crowd control to deal with them fast. After 50% HP, he introduces 2 new fire attacks. The first is the fire circle on the outer area of his inner purple circle that you need to play inside. The second is a fire star attack that launches in all directions. It's very easy to avoid and the burn can be managed if you walk over them. After he finishes his attack rotations, he will disappear, absorb enemies if there are any, and hide in one of his 9 copies. Most of the time he is not in the area you are in, but it is safe to leave 1 person behind to check the copies and split your team to go entrance and tree. Once you find the copy, gather and have someone shoot the ballista to break him. The ballista on the tree side is located over here. Now, remember when I said that you can rely on sound? After the academy, all your team can come to this location at the fork in the road and wait for him to speak. You will know in which direction he is and can run there directly.
Time for some audience participation.
After you break him in this phase, ads spawns instantly. They always spawn in the entrance section whether you are here or not, so even if you are in the tree section, they spawn in entrance and make their way to you. This time, banshees will be a serious threat if not dealt with immediately. From now on, everything you learned so far will keep alternating depending on your damage and how fast you are at dealing with mobs. He may teleport once or twice again. Once he reaches his last 10% HP, the final phase will begin. He will disappear and teleport to the tree area. You will have 35 seconds to deal damage and finish the boss. Otherwise, you will wipe and have to restart all over. Having a good team composition with rends and empowers as well as hitting the purple yellow back for backstab is advised. It is very important that you do not have any enemies when you are pushing him to 10%, otherwise he will absorb and heal himself, making it hard for you to finish the raid. Ideally, you want him to be in the tree section when he enters the last phase so you can start dealing damage instantly and avoid wasting time running to him. If you manage to kill him, the fight is over and you have succeeded. The boss drops jewelry items that can be of the Protector, Second Wind or Enraged set. He also has a very rare chance to drop the Jester hat skin box, which you can either open, trade, or sell. This covers everything you need to know about the Jester fight in the Isle of Night in New World Aeternum. Thank you for watching, and remember to like and subscribe to get notified when the next guides covering the puzzles and other bosses in the raid are released. Good luck, New World. IchBinAyoub.